First at 4, the UAW on strike like it's never been before. You're going to hear from workers, President Biden. We're also going to talk about when negotiations might start again. Our reporters are working their sources to bring you the very latest information. Live reports coming up. Plus, Kim is working on your weekend forecast.
Well, we're starting the weekend with some sunshine, but we will end it with rain. Right now, temperatures are only in the upper 60s, but a big warm up next week that I'll tell you about in just a few minutes.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4. We're about 16 hours into a historic strike by the United Auto Workers. About 13,000 employees working the picket lines in 3 states, including here in Michigan. Right now, let's take a live look at Ford's Bronco plant over in Wayne. The strike started after midnight when the UAW could not reach new contracts with Ford, GM, or Stellantis. The union has targeted one plant at each company. We've been monitoring the picket line at Ford's Bronco plant there, and also General Motors is the target over in Wentzville, Missouri, which is just northwest of St. Louis. It's the first time in the union's 88-year history that it has walked out on all 3 companies at the same time. We also did send Sky 4 to the Stellantis Jeep plant over in Toledo. The UAW is hoping to interrupt the supply chain while keeping thousands of other workers on the job for now. The strike targets could change and also expand as this strike continues. President Joe Biden says no one wants a strike, but he is pushing the automakers to do more.
I believe they should go further to ensure record corporate profits mean record contracts for the UAW. Let me say that again. Record corporate profits, which they have, should be shared by record contracts for the UAW. And just as we're building an economy of the future, we need labor agreements for the future. It's my hope that the parties can return to the negotiation table to forge a win-win agreement.
Now, we haven't heard about any new offers today from any of the automakers. Negotiations have slowed down, but it seems that they have not stopped entirely. Our business editor, Rod Maloney, is tracking that part of the story for us. Rod, what is the latest?
Well, the latest is, Karen, that one of my sources close to the negotiations says they've been talking all day, pretty much at lower levels. It's not as intense as it has been. Sean Fain had said that he had not intended to spend any time at the bargaining table today, but there were talks. We're also told that talks should begin back in earnest over the weekend, that now that the picket lines are up, that the talks should begin in earnest. That said, UAW President Sean Fain has said that he is withholding his endorsement of Joe Biden and took a swipe at the president, even after what you just heard him say this afternoon in a statement that came out after the president made his remarks. He said, quote, "We agree with Joe Biden when he says record profits mean record contracts. We don't agree when he says negotiations have broken down. Our national elected negotiators and UAW leadership are hard at work at the bargaining table." He also said, quote, that we're not going to wreck the economy. The truth is we're going to wreck the billionaire economy. He said that repeatedly. He said working people are not afraid. You know who's afraid? Fain said the corporate media is afraid. The White House is afraid, and the companies are afraid. So rather interesting, almost a rebuke of the president from UAW President Sean Fain. Now, we're out here. They're getting ready to have a rally just across from where we're standing here, Karen. But the charity preview is now starting. Interesting juxtaposition of people walking to the charity preview and also the UAW faithful getting ready to rally just around the corner. Back to you.
So, Rod, what do you make of the union's strategy? Obviously, there's a lot of talk on how they are approaching this. Why start with the 3 plants, for example?
Well, the 3 plants are assembly plants. That was a bit of a surprise. We figured they'd probably go for a components plant to bring down other plants more quickly. And at least in the Wayne situation, that's what they've done, because that plant's going to end up closing. You can't make vehicles without final assembly and paint. And so that will shut down the entirety of that complex here in the days to come. But they'll only have about 3,600, 3,800 workers actually on the picket line. But if you look at the day's supply supply of the vehicles. For instance, the Gladiator and the Wrangler down in Toledo, they have ample supplies. They can go a couple of months without having to build any new ones, and they won't have a problem there. But when you look at the Wayne assembly plant, the Bronco and the Ranger, they only have between like 35 and 50 days of supply for those. So those vehicles might run out pretty quickly when you consider that the companies like to keep about a 60-day supply. So essentially, the way I've looked at it is what Shawn Fain is doing here is he's basically taken out a pot, put water in it, and turned on the gas, getting the pot boiling, or beginning to get it boiling. I think that's what the strategy is, at least initially.
All right, we appreciate the insight, Rod, and of course we'll be checking back with you a little bit later on Local 4 News at 5. Now, because this is a targeted strike, many UAW workers are being told to go to work instead of hitting the picket lines. The union has offered this digital palm card on their website with a short list of do's and don'ts. It encourages members to report any changes in the terms and conditions of their employment and to refuse any voluntary overtime. Also warns members against things like working more slowly, refusing to perform job duties, confronting, arguing, or threatening anyone, or damaging company property. Right now, about 9% of the union workers at Detroit's Big Three are stationed on the picket lines. We've been talking to some of them about what it feels like to take this historic action. We'll bring in Sean Lay for that part of the story. He is at the Ford factory in Wayne. What's the mood like been there today, Sean?
We're taking that temperature all day long, right up until news time, Karen. Enthusiasm, as you might expect, in the first few hours of what could be this protracted strike. And also a digging in here by the men and women you see right behind me on strike, UAW here at Ford in Wayne, digging in. They make no bones about it. This is about wages, pay, and they do not want to budge on what Shawn Fain is saying to the Big Three and in here at Ford as well. I want to set the scene here. So you've got the workers here at the main entrance, UAW on strike. Sometimes it's a larger crowd, sometimes a smaller crowd due to shift changes. You've got every entrance covered by UAW workers on strike. Behind them, that's the factory, that's the assembly plant there, where those Rangers and Broncos, popular vehicles, are not being made right now. Behind that, train tracks where components aren't coming in, and transport vehicles empty. Over here, very interesting, the world media, I mean, from all, not just Metro Detroit and the nation, all over the world, all these vehicles represent different networks that are here with different setups. It's a big deal, guys. And the biggest deal is talking to the people impacted the most, the workers and their families, and this is what they have to say at this hour. The sound of support for striking UAW workers up and down Michigan Avenue on day one of this strike. The UAW calling it a targeted strike. The only Michigan plant hit is the Ford Michigan assembly plant here in Wayne, where the Ford Bronco and Ranger are made. UAW workers on strike, but are still working at plants without a contract. Day has worked the line here at Ford for 28 years. This is the first time she's had to pick up a picket sign.
I'm happy because it's a lot of changes that they need to make, a lot of things that we lost and they said we will never get back. So I'm happy that we'll get things back and that they will stop the two-tier system because it's not fair. It's not fair. That I work among people that I make $30-something an hour and they only make 17. But they may work across from me.
Day has the issues down, but in this economy where most everything is costing us more, another issue is making ends meet while out on strike.
What can you do? I mean, we're doing it for everybody. If we're the ones, I'm down for the challenge.
Determination out here on this strike line here at Ford with the UAW. Coming up at 5 o'clock, Karen, I talked to a very young mom who brought her baby daughter here today. She is with the UAW. She works on a line. I asked her, what's your mother's intuition about how long this is go, and she'll have how long this will go. She'll have her answer at 5 o'clock. Back to you.
All right, we appreciate it, Sean. We'll see you at 5 and 6. Make sure to make Local 4 your source for strike updates. New at 5, we will set the scene with a live report on a UAW rally in downtown Detroit. By the way, if you do download the Click on Detroit mobile app, you can get instant strike updates on your phone. Plus, clickondetroit.com has in-depth information as it tracks the union's demands along with some history about previous strikes. Well, there were some tears in the courtroom today just before noon as 3 men were acquitted in the last trial that was linked to that plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer The jury found Eric Molitor and twin brothers William and Michael Knoll not guilty on all of the charges against them. The men were accused of supporting leaders of the plot and also faced weapons charges. Defense attorneys called them pawns who never intended to do anything violent, and the jury agreed. Overall, 14 men were charged in the plot, 9 were convicted, and now 5 have been cleared. It was a tough start to the new school year for a rural district that had to balance the loss of COVID dollars and a steadily declining student population. Tough decisions had to be made. Paula Tutman tells us in this case, the superintendent did everything possible to find some extra dollars, including making a personal sacrifice.
You know, school districts can't spend down to the last penny. They have to keep some cushion in their coffers. So in this particular school district, because they had to cut so much, teachers were lost, staffing was lost, and the school superintendent himself voluntarily took a $6,000 pay cut just to keep the state at bay. Ag science, agricultural education, likely a novel elective in some school districts, but in Capac, Michigan, due east of Imlay City, it's everyday life and an important subject to learn. It's the kind of intuitive hands-on education in a district with only 750 students. At one time, the district had 1,600 students. With population shrinkage, the district loses about 15 students per year. And this year,
after COVID, you know, we used all our COVID money and we had to cut our costs.
The athletic director left the district. 3 teachers found jobs elsewhere. 1 retired and wasn't replaced. The maintenance staff was let go, as well as extra custodial staff. And the school superintendent, Jeff Turpinen, took a $6,000 pay cut voluntarily.
I do not believe in asking other people to do things that you're unwilling to do. So in ways to save money, we gave them 4 pages of ideas, and the first thing on the top of the page was that the superintendent would take a pay cut.
He also took on the job of athletic director. Mary Sokaz has taught in the district for 25 years and serves as the union president. Interestingly enough, teachers got hefty pay raises after giving up salary in 2012. This year, it was their time to get it back.
It was a flat increase for everybody. We didn't do a percent for this year, so everybody got the same amount. So it was roughly from 8% for some and up to 12% for some of the other ones.
This is what the district wants to crow about, growing its programs. Though slicing $850,000 out of a $10 million budget, not a single book was lost, not a single program cut. Sports teams continue. Clubs for students are continuing. The yearbook promises to be amazing.
Double click it real quick, see what it looks like.
With the loss of teachers, the elementary school picked up about 4 pupils per class, but the district is growing its digital classes and looking forward to the future. And Bertha, by the way, she's expected to give birth this weekend. In Capac, Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Now, the trouble isn't over. Current estimates show there could be plenty of painful belt tightening for the next 10 years. Now, let's hand it over to Kim Adams for a preview of the weekend forecast. Always fun to talk about the weekend.
Oh, it is. And it's a nice night for Friday night football. Our 4 frenzy game of the week, L'Anse Creuse North versus Warren Mott. 67 degrees for the kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight. But once the sun sets at 7:45, it is going to get chilly for the game, with temperatures falling down into the 50s. Now, there is a chance of rain over the weekend, and I'll talk about that in just a few minutes.